Hello, Rebecca of the Elliots.
Hello, Kowalski.
I'm going to really practice talking quietly this week because last week I listened to the podcast. Don't normally listen.
You don't, do you?
Not good at that.
No.
Well, I'm not good at hearing my own work.
No.
Shut up.
I can understand that.
So I listened to it.
Don't do the thing where you purposely talk all pathetically and slightly posh.
That's not pathetic. That's not pathetic. I do talk posh when I talk quietly.
You do?
That's not pathetically.
Uh-huh.
It's just, I'm trying to find the level. Darren always says to me, you've either got a really quiet level or a really loud level.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to
a certain boom aspect to your voice that kicks in.
I'm trying to find the in-between.
Foghorn.
I'm trying to find the in-between on all levels. You know what, this week, I have said too many times this week, Rebecca Elliott.
Well, can we just say hello first?
Oh.
Welcome to Don't Laugh But and all that kind of thing?
Yes, of course we can. I'm Kirsty Hudson.
Yes, of course we can.
I'm
Kirsty Hudson.
I am.
Very delicate and very posh.
That's what I am. That's me.
Okay.
Delicate and posh.
Yeah.
I am Kirsty Hudson and I'm with my buddy, my pal this week.
Yeah.
That's
Rebecca Elliott. Yeah, sorry.
You
yeah,
say your name.
Yeah.
And we are together. We are Don't Laugh But.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay.
Well, like it's like the Power Rangers. Don't Laugh But.
Together we are.
So.
And individually we are nothing. Nothing.
I'm nothing without you.
Yeah.
Don't Laugh But has been described as an essential service by literally no one. Yet, here they are, back anyway.
I mean, my first thing that I was going to bring to the table would go against your whole I'm very delicate, very posh, I feel. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention it. Am I allowed to mention that you accidentally bought 10 a lady? And then enjoyed them? Can I talk about that?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you know, all the dignity's gone out of this stuff. Things I talk about on this podcast.
Don't laugh, but leave your dignity at the door. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, yeah, see, you accidentally bought 10 a lady. I mean, firstly, who accidentally buys 10 a lady? But we'll skip past that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you found that they work quite well for your period. That's fine.
They're comfy.
Yeah.
Just have a little cushion to sit on all the time.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Then you said that you were caught short a little bit the other day.
Yeah, I wet myself.
Yeah.
It's shameful. And I'm so worried about...
And then you just went, you know what it's like when you forget to go. And I'm like, no, I literally, since I was 3, I don't know what that's like.
I mean...
And then you came back with, well, I hope you get a prolapse before me. Which I thought was a bit harsh.
Because I'm worried about prolapses are very common in women of a certain age. I'm worried about getting them.
Yeah, but you're not. But you want me to get one now as some sort of punishment for taking the mick out of you wetting yourself consistently.
Well, the thing is, I do my Kegels or pelvic floor, as they're otherwise known, a lot. And yet I still wet myself, and you don't do them.
I think it's just stupidity, mate. That's all it is.
Oh,
you
it's
forget
awful.
to go.
I was walking down the street, and I was like, "It's coming," and then there was no stopping. It was like it's like Niagara Falls in my trousers.
Oh, come on.
No, but hang on, you're talking. That's not gross, is it? Okay. And I couldn't stop, so it's like going. I'm trying to stop the flow, and luckily I had an Iceland carrier bag. Put it in front of myself.
Oh, I think you meant you weed into the Iceland carrier bag. No one will notice this. Especially if they have little holes in the bottom, don't they? So you can't asphyxiate yourself.
No, I didn't.
And so that you can't wee into it. That's the real reason.
Asphyxiate.
Yes. Secondly, I thought I'd heard all your stories over and over.
Oh.
But I had not heard until this week, when you just casually dropped it into the conversation, that you were once hit by a hearse to the point where you rolled over the front of it.
That happened. I was on a bike.
Wow.
Biking down the street.
Yeah.
Said hearse.
On your way to the funeral?
No, I'd been teaching at the time, my friend. Come down the road, and a hearse came out.
Yeah.
I didn't stop in time. It was the hearse's fault.
Yeah.
And I rolled over the top of I had options. The option was to roll into the road where there were cars coming to run me over.
Yeah.
Or roll over the top like I'm some kind of superhero.
Wow, so that's what you did.
Superhero of the dead car.
Was there a dead body in the car?
No.
No.
Luckily they were going.
Funeral mourners.
I think they were going. Oh, imagine. Hey! Sorry
about that.
Oh.
I'm all right.
The things that concerns me this week, Rebecca Elliott. I have said far too many times this week, my greatest asset is my biggest downfall, and I've used it in far too many situations.
What is your greatest asset, or does it change depending on?
It depends on the situation.
So your greatest asset is changing from moment to moment.
Like, for example,
but it's always your biggest downfall.
It is. Like, I can't seem to have an asset without it bringing me down in some way.
Okay.
For example, talking.
Yeah.
It's my greatest asset.
Yeah.
My biggest downfall.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know lots of people. My greatest asset.
Okay.
My biggest downfall.
Yeah. I don't think knowing a lot of people is your greatest asset. I don't think it's anyone's asset.
I like
You've got to stop knowing a lot of people.
I like it.
Tell them. Most people are dull. People don't need them.
People bring joy to my life, Rebecca. Elliot, they bring joy. Joy. Stimulus.
You only need me.
That's it. You only, yeah.
I don't like that you know other people.
We should have a rule, shouldn't we? That you only need a certain amount of friends in your life.
Well, COVID is pretty much setting in that rule.
COVID is.
Suits people.
COVID is, again, biggest asset, worst thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing COVID has bring me pleasure to.
Yeah.
It's when you go into a public toilet and someone's been in there before you and you've got a mask on already.
Oh, so the smell thing. Okay, yeah, I get that.
You've got to pick up.
Although I am noticing my breath is quite harsh. And when you've got the mask on, there's no escaping it.
It's just recycled bad smell.
It's like, what does that smell? Oh, it's me.
Isn't it weird how we've got used to wear masks? You go into a shop now and it's like, everyone's got the mask on.
I know.
It's like, you just like, and if someone doesn't have the mask on, you could just point them out. And
my COVID thing this week was the,
Can I just say you look really bizarre in headphones?
Do I? Well, you see me like this every week. Why all of a sudden it's hysterical?
They don't naturally suit you.
Well,
I think it's
fine.
Because we've noticed that you've got a small face.
I have got quite a small face. I was unaware of this till recently.
You look like a toddler with them. They're like so big in your area. Yeah.
Whereas on your massive face, they look tiny. You can barely see them.
I don't have a massive face.
Okay.
I don't have prominent face.
You've got prominent features. I think that's what it is. And
I've got.
It's a very noticeable face. You know, some people you can't recognise till they get quite close, whereas you'd recognise from half a mile away.
Yeah.
You know,
it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, if you like.
Yeah. That's what you're trying to say. Beautiful.
No, the whole Public Health England thing. Right, I'm going to go on about this.
Oh, this has made you angry.
Well, it has made me angry. But it's just made me just think, what on earth? So obviously they lost like 15,000 results or whatever about COVID. Okay? As there was an error. Right, the error is that they were using. This is Public Health England. This isn't the beginning of COVID. This is now, okay, when they've had quite a lot of time to sort it out and realise that it's fairly important, right, to keep this data. They were using Excel, an Excel spreadsheet.
No, you use those all the time, don't you?
I know. Well, we all like Excel. We all like a bit of fun between the spreadsheets, if you will. But you don't use that for like the whole country's bloody data. And they weren't just using Excel. They were using Excel from 2007 because no one had bothered to update it.
I mean, that's 13 years old.
Yeah, good math. Well done.
Fast, quickly.
Yeah.
Is there...
right.
Hold on. Is there an Excel 2020?
Of course, there's always a new Excel. Come on.
Wow.
2007? So clearly there's just like this Susan and Debs in the office. Go, Susan, we've got to keep track of this.
And Debs was like, it's fine.
There's like, I'll just jot it down on a post-it. Now let's use Excel. I mean, seriously. Are we going to find out the next thing is the government is doing their town planning with bloody Tetris? You know?
I think they are.
Just like,
talking
wow.
About, it is weird, isn't it? How these things go. The embarrassment, though.
They should be embarrassed, but I don't think they are.
Who signed off on that?
I know, because Excel can only take, I think it's 65,000 lines of data. And so the next 15,000 they put in, Excel just didn't. They didn't realise for 8 days.
Oh, no. Debs is in trouble. It's like the gym, isn't it? It's like the gym that went, this is harder than slavery. Like, if you think slavery was hard,
check out our workout.
I mean, who
signed off on that? I thought, that's fine. Yeah. No one's going to get offended with that.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
Slavery, that's great fodder for advertising a gym.
I just thought, really, come on. And then, we're really sorry. Like, yeah, you should be.
Oh, sorry, we didn't realise. We didn't realise that slavery was like a really horrific thing that you should take the piss out of.
And,
no one told us.
No one told us a workout should really, not be compared to people dying, people kept in box, whatever awful things that happen to slaves,
Yeah, we didn't realise that.
And then you've got Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I just don't think, we're not too political, are we?
No.
Because we're not clever enough.
We're not clever enough.
I will say that he's on some...
We can be surfacey about it. Yeah, but don't ask us any questions.
Go, I don't like him. All right, then. Yeah. That's fine.
That's it. That's the depth.
That he's on some steroids. Now, obviously, Trump on steroids is quite terrifying because he seems like he's on steroids.
Oh, he's on something.
Anyway, well, he's on some steroids. And my husband was on steroids for this infection. And when he came out of us, my husband was all like, yes, I can do it. My husband is not a yes kind of guy. No. He's like, maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. Yeah, and he's all like, I can do it. And he's all like taking projects, and he's all like running 100 miles an hour for about 2 weeks while he's on the steroids. Right?
Wow. So that's
then when he came off the steroids, he was back to being himself again. So I'm like, Trump, you're on steroids. Stop telling everyone that you feel great. You feel great because you're drugged up.
Oh, Trump times 100 is not a Trump you want. I mean, no Trump is a Trump you want. But I mean, you can't even make jokes about Trump because he just is a joke. You can't take it further.
No,
that's the point. It's kind of bad for comedy, political comedy, because there is no exaggeration of Trump.
I know.
He is an exaggeration.
It is amazing. They did, when someone does do something clever, like on the Saturday Night Live kind of shows, when they do something clever on Trump, it is amazing. Like they had Biden and Trump on Saturday Night Live the other day, and Jim Carrey was playing Joe Biden.
Brilliant.
Nailed it.
Brilliant.
He's like, no, I'm not saying I'm not a huge fan of Biden either necessarily. It's not a fella that I kind of would want to get in bed with.
Yeah. Oh, that's nasty.
That's how I do all my politicians. If I had to sleep with them, I'll vote for them.
That's an intelligent way to pick your leaders, I think.
Well, I mean, Barack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
You went a bit dreamy there. Calm down.
I do find him and Michelle very dreamy.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Well, this has gone down a dark alley.
I'm so sorry, but I enjoy them. So this week, my friend, do you know what we haven't been doing?
What?
We've been rummaging around in your crevice of curiosity.
Yes, we have.
But we have not delved in my lovely hole.
What you got in your lovely hole?
Oh, well,
Let's have a look.
I had a lovely moment. Let's just slip in. Get something comfortable.
Okay.
Get into Kirsty's lovely hole.
Uh-huh.
It's a simple one.
Yeah.
I was walking now.
Your hole?
No, that's very complex.
It's very complex.
All to get into that, you've got all kind of security briefings.
It's like a maze.
Anyway, walking down the street. As you know, my side of the streets gets slightly thinner as you get to the bottom.
Does it?
Just like my lovely hole. So sorry. Anyway, so I'm walking back up the street. I see a gentleman, a lovely gentleman walking down the road.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm just going to step back so he can stay on the path.
Lovely.
At the same time, he was checking the road to see if he could step out into the road.
Oh, okay.
And I just thought,
sacrifice himself.
This is a lovely moment of humanity that we're both doing exactly the same, being kind to each other. And he sort of ran a little bit, that little run. I'm just going to not hold you up in a little bush for too long.
Yeah, you were in a bush at this point.
I was stepping into the bush slightly. He just ran past me and we just he said, no, thank you. I said, no worries, mate. And he went, thank you. And it was like that lovely moment where we're just being considerate of each other. Yeah. Just for a moment in time.
That is nice. Also, what I like about COVID is that you don't have the dance of shame.
Oh, no.
When you're walking towards someone and then you both go the same way, you both go, because everyone's just avoiding each other so much. You don't have that anymore.
No.
Also, because I don't really like people. I just like that people are generally staying clear of each other. I like that.
I like the avoidance because I do like to kiss people,
Random strangers?
Randomly, just a big, fat, full-on snog,
Okay.
Now, what I mean is like a kiss on the cheek, I like doing it.
Yeah.
But it has huge amounts of awkwardness that can go very wrong very quickly, especially if the person is not into it.
Well, the police have had to be involved a few times, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah. So there we go.
I just like kissing people. Stop it.
It's a nice way to say hello now.
Yeah, what, kissing people?
Yeah,
you can't do it. No,
but now you can't.
No. But even when you could, you got how many times you're supposed to do it, then you've got some bastard who's just been to France and does it 4 times.
I like twice.
Twice
feels like I am being cosmopolitan when I kiss twice.
No, because you go for once, that's acceptable, and then the other person backs away.
I
You're
know.
pulling in for a second.
I say, but then I
which
say...
then looks like you're pulling in for a snog.
But what I say is, I'm going twice, I'm going twice.
You announce it beforehand. This is going to happen twice. Brace yourself. Okay.
I can't do the
fine.
elbows.
The elbow. Oh, the oh no, it's ridiculous.
Because it feels
and
like
you look like a chicken.
Well, also, that's very similar to the status quo dance. Here we go and here we go.
Oh, please stop doing that. That's awful.
You know.
That's horrible.
No. Well, you put your thumbs in
Stop
your belt.
it!
Hold on, I've got to commit to it now.
That's line dancing.
No, it's not. Here we go and hit, and you do one elbow that way.
Oh, good
then
Lord.
back, and
Any
then the other
listeners
elbow
we
that
had
way.
have now gone. And it's your fault.
I enjoyed my status quo dancing back in the day.
Nobody else did.
I think they did.
Crevice of curiosity. I haven't got a lot this week,
You haven't?
but I have got this.
Oh.
Hummingbirds can't walk. Now, I'll tell you why I find that interesting, right? Hummingbirds even. Hummingbirds?
Guys say I'm a big fan of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, who isn't? That's the point. They're show-offs. They're the smallest bird. They got the biggest brain compared to their size.
Have they?
They're the only bird that can fly backwards, that can hover, that can fly upside down.
It can fly backwards.
Yes.
How long do they live for,
They're
mate?
the smallest bird. I never asked me follow-up questions, Kirst. Because I was sounding quite knowledgeable. And then you fire something like that at me. They live for 52 years.
I'm just thinking.
Or maybe 3 months. It's somewhere between the two.
Well, as you're raising these points about the wonderful hummingbird, I'm thinking, do I want to come back as one? That's why I was checking it.
Oh, okay. I think you would, because they are show-offs, as I say. They've got a lot going for them.
Oh.
They're very intelligent. They've got the fastest wings.
They're
And
so
all this. They've got
tiny,
the most
though.
feathers per... Whatever. A lot of show-off facts. But I think the other birds...
They've got the most feathers per capita. What are you saying there? They are feathered. Yeah.
very heavily feathered, is what I'm saying. They make the humming sound. They got it all right.
Yeah.
I think the other birds are going to really latch on to the fact that, we can't walk though, can you? All they can do is shuffle sideways just a little bit. That's it.
So they can't have a little...
They can't walk, mate. No.
Wow.
But you know what I mean? When you meet someone who seems to be good at everything and then you discover what they're crap at, it's marvellous. Which is obviously why you love the fact that I don't drive very well.
Yeah. And you try and kill children with peanut butter. Those facts.
I didn't try to murder children with peanut butter.
She
It
has.
was just an unfortunate consequence
It was just a side effect
of a bad
of
packed
stupidity.
lunch, which you call pack up.
Yeah.
And I would like to know from the listeners, does anyone else in the world call it pack up?
They will.
No. Nope.
They will. That's one of the reasons I'd like to live in America is hummingbirds.
Okay.
My
I saw one in the wild in Paraguay.
Did
Heard
you?
it first.
You heard
They
it?
really do hum. I don't mean smell.
I've seen one in Italy, but in America they are quite beautiful.
Well, they're more beautiful than the ones in the Italian
Well,
hummingbirds. the scummers.
I saw a brown hummingbird. It's called a moth hummingbird. I spat a little bit.
Okay.
It's called a moth hummingbird, and that's all I know about.
I know. And what's interesting now, because I obviously edit these because you don't have the intelligence to do that, is I can hear the bits that I know I'm going to cut out, and I just let you run. I'm no longer interested in trying to steer you back to something more interesting.
Yeah,
I'm just already in my head, that's been edited out.
I would really like you. I would love, though, in my life for someone just to do that for me all the time, because sometimes when I'm
Someone
talking,
constantly
just
editing
edit it
out the
for me.
dull.
Just because I do.
Yeah.
Like, I am fascinating up to a point. Like, and then I go.
Yeah, the point comes quite quickly.
Sometimes I'm like, I am boring myself. Like last night, I was really bored in my house, and no one would play a game with me.
Oh, were you bored with your own company?
I was bored. I'm bored in my own company because I really, I'm not doing much right now.
Yeah.
Gigs are few and fair between.
Few and far between.
Few and far.
Yeah.
Not fair.
Sorry,
And
I'll cut that out.
I'm a little bit bored, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
And not bored with life.
No.
Never bored with
Just
life.
bored with yourself.
And,
I had a Sainsbury's delivery last
Oh,
night.
did you
The
get
first one I've
excited?
had since before lockdown.
is that why you bought me a Marmite cheese today? Because you've got
That
food in the
is,
fridge?
yeah, because now the CSC is packed full. The CSC is, of course, the corner snack cupboard.
Yes.
It's now chock full.
Yes.
Tasty treats.
Oh.
I know, but the Sainsbury's delivery guy,
Yeah.
he was an angry man.
Was he?
Oh, he was livid.
Was he?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, I know I've got a lot of steps
Oh,
up to my
you do
house. I
have a
wonder
lot of
if that was it.
Yes, I think that probably was.
But because I hadn't had a delivery since prior to COVID, right? Because I felt that the old people need the deliveries. I could just crack on with little
you're so
Tesco's.
caring.
I'm so caring and giving of myself, Kirst. It's unbelievable.
Give those food to the old people.
I know. Anyway, so he turns up. So I don't really know how it works now. So he knocks on the door. He puts the crates down. Put the crates down. Yeah. And I'm like, and of course it's not bagged. It's all like loose. And I've ordered about 15 crates worth. So I thought I could pick up the crate, take it to the kitchen, and empty it. So I kind of said, "Oh, can I?" And I reached down, and he went, "No, do not do that." So I'm like, "Oh, okay. How does this work?" He's like, "Empty it there." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then he went down to his little van, right down all the steps. I'm emptying it quickly. Came up again, and you know the little handles that can move down, right? So it moved down. So I reached down to move the handles out of the way so that he could put the next crate on top. He thought I was trying to pick it up again. He thought I was playing it fast and loose with the rules, and he went mental at me. Do not touch it. And then, because he was a white, middle-aged, middle-class man, I was very scared.
Oh, poor thing.
I know, it was very upsetting, Kirst.
Did you have it out with him? Did you say I'm so
Have it off with him. Obviously, that's why I got a delivery.
And I believe you are my
It's
delivery.
unprecedented times, Kirst. You got to meet men somehow.
You are my delivery. I like it.
Okay.
I think on that note,
Yeah.
it's time to say that we are not in a coffee shop,
No.
but we are discussing them
We are discussing coffee shops.
because they are my absolute favourite place.
Are they?
One of them.
Okay.
Got a lot of favourite places, but that's one of them.
Do you know the origin of coffee? I found this out. In the 17th century, there was a goat herder, right?
Yes.
Noticed that his goats were eating a red berry. I think this was in Ethiopia. And were getting quite frisky and uncontrollable, looked really happy. So we thought, I'm going to go on them. So we had the berries. Then other people noticed that the goat herder was looking really frisky and bouncy and happy. So they all started having the red berries, and it spread. Oh. So if it wasn't for frisky goats, we would not have Starbucks.
That's amazing.
I know, isn't it?
I was lost in that story. I was all like,
it's beautiful.
I mean, it didn't go very far, but it made a really
I think
good
it went
point.
as far as it needed to go.
Yeah, I think so. I've got a fact about it, about
Have
coffee.
you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Did you know that coffee is the second biggest export in the world?
What's the first?
Oil.
Of course.
So it's oil, then coffee.
Okay.
So you need to grease up and then have coffee
Okay.
with the oil. I mean, that's just...
I don't think it's that kind of oil, is it?
No, it's probably
It's
crude.
not like massage oil.
It's probably crude oil.
Yeah,
very rude
definitely
oil.
crude.
What does crude oil do?
Oh, don't ask me questions. Come on.
Anyway.
Really crude oil.
What I love about...
We'll do a whole podcast on crude oil. It'll be fine.
Crude.
I've got so much to say on that. Couldn't believe.
Anyway, so the thing is about coffee, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
What I don't like about coffee is when people get a bit like, let's talk about roasts. And the strength.
Fussy coffee.
It's bad enough to be a wine. Beep, beep.
A wine wanker.
Say that. But to be a coffee beep
Yeah.
is really bad.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't don't tell me which coffee you like. I like coffee.
Yeah, you can tell when coffee's crap, but other than that, I can't really compare one roast to another.
It's interesting because I'm a fan of Starbucks coffee, right? Mm-hmm. I like the whole anonymity of a Starbucks
Yeah,
restaurant.
you put in an extra syllable there, I think.
Yes, I think-
Anonymity.
My sister doesn't like Starbucks, but I love it, right? Well, I love Starbucks coffee.
I don't like the company, but I do like the coffee.
Well, this is the thing about it, though. I very rarely find a very good and kind barista in a Starbucks. They're very harsh.
Are they?
Yes.
No, not to me. They love me.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
give me a
off
hug
it.
when I go in there.
Oh, no. You've not had good service in a Starbucks.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
I literally had it this week. Okay, she was very friendly. When she asked me for my name, which I always find a bit weird, I found it quite nice. So I went, all right, yeah, it's Rebecca. I'm going to tell you my real name. Do you make up a name?
No, I say so. Sometimes I'll say Hudson. Because I'd quite like to be called Hudson. Like if I had a child, I wouldn't rule out calling it Hudson. I mean, I wouldn't now.
Then it'd be called Hudson.
Exactly, that's why I wouldn't do it now.
Elliot's a great name as well, but I couldn't have had it.
No.
Elliot, because that's...
Elliot's not.
It's really raining.
It's really raining.
I tell you what about coffee. I'm not sure.
I was on a roll.
No, go on. Carry on in your roll.
The thing about Starbucks is that when I go in, right, I don't actually know the order to order them in. Now, I've been ordering coffee for a long time, but I always go, I'd like a blonde, medium roast.
Yeah.
No, not medium, just blonde roast.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like a
medium
coffee
roast.
beep.
Who knows what that is?
I have a
medium rare.
I have a blonde latte.
Okay.
Skinny
Yeah.
with sugar-free vanilla every time, right?
Yeah.
So I say that. As I'm saying it, mid-saying it, they say, are you staying in or drinking out?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've got that wrong. And then they say, what size do you want?
Yeah.
I always forget to say I'm having it in and I want it in a medium cup.
Oh, so you're really trying to get all the information out in one sentence?
Yes.
But every time there's follow-up questions?
Because I've always got it in the wrong order because there's a specific order that they want it in and I don't know what that order is, Rebecca Elliott.
Sodom. They'll work it out. I don't like the whole grand, tall...
Oh, well, I was going to say to you that. That was one of my questions because I said, Venti Grande, shouldn't we just have small... medium and up all night.
And up all night.
Oh, I'm proud of that.
Comedy.
I'm proud of that line. I'm doing it.
You're listening to Don't Laugh But, where Rebecca Elliott and Kirsty Hudson take you to the very epicenter of the random and only occasionally relevant.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Also,
you're confused at the best of times.
Starbucks started in Seattle.
Yes.
Not Italy.
No, but the Starbucks guy went to Italy, saw how they did the coffee. Went, we're doing it all wrong in our diners with the big black, jug that goes round.
Which I like, by the way.
Okay, but he liked the atmosphere, so he brought it back. So he was trying to emulate, if you will. I don't know why I've gone. He was trying to emulate.
He hasn't emulated that, I'm telling you that. I've been to many coffee shops in Italy and he has not emulated it.
Okay. I'm not sure, right? And this goes back to being fussy
Is he called Mr. Starbucks?
Yeah, he's called Bobby Starbucks.
Oh, I hope he is.
He's not.
Oh, I love
Can
that.
I get to my point,
yes.
please?
Come on now, bring it in.
Because it's amazing.
I bet it is.
Right. I'm not sure that I like coffee.
Oh.
No, bear with me. I like the effects of it and I like drinking a hot beverage, if you will. But I think black coffee is horrific.
Oh, my husband does sometimes.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And, I will have oat latte with the hazelnut syrup and preferably a bit of cream on top if you want to put chocolate sprinkles on top. Yes, sir. Yes, I will.
Can I tell you, never have a latte with cream on. That never happens.
I'll have anything with cream on.
Oh, I don't like
My point
cream.
is, maybe I don't really like coffee because I'm covering it up with a lot of other stuff. It's like someone saying, I find you really attractive. If you put a bag over your head, don't say anything and cover yourself with cream and sugar.
I mean,
do they actually find me attractive?
That's how I would like to see you all the time, if possible.
Yeah.
But no, yes, it's interesting. That's an interesting point, Rebecca Elliott, because I don't like, when people have like an espresso or something, it makes me gagging my mouth.
I know. Where else would you gag? I don't want to know.
I went for coffee the other day to said, what's the shop called?
Where?
Oh, it's not Frankie and Benny's, but it's like that.
What?
It's got lots of, come on the corner.
Edmundo's.
Edmundo's.
Edmundo's. Yeah.
You have to order on the app. And they said to me, one of the questions was, ordering a latte. They said, first of all, what kind of coffee do you want? I want a latte.
Yeah.
And one of the follow-up questions was, do you want milk with that? No. As you said yourself, if you're going to have a latte,
it's made of milk.
Yes. Oh. If not, I'm just ordering an espresso, I said.
Yeah.
She didn't care.
Did you actually say that?
I did when she came over.
Oh. Did you go, as well?
I wanted to. Like my situation with you yesterday while I was having a coffee with you yesterday. Well, trying to have a coffee with you yesterday.
Well, was there a situation?
Well, we were in LPs.
Was there a trying?
There was a situation. Which is a
that
situation that happens to me quite often.
Come on.
I said, have you got any sweetness? No.
No.
Now, this restaurant is 2 doors down at least.
You told him to go to Tesco's and to go buy some sweeteners.
Yeah.
He wasn't having it.
He was not having it.
No.
And then he kept apologising, but he didn't actually go and fix the situation.
You see, this has happened as well in one of the posh independent coffee shops in town. Now, I like an independent coffee shop.
I do not.
No, but I want to like it. That's my point.
Yeah.
I want to like it. I want to support the independents, and you've got the big companies, Starbucks, who are evil. But they're a bit crap. The size of their coffees is normally teeny tiny. And then if you dare ask for syrup in the vegan
They say
place,
to you things like, well, we don't need it with this kind of smooth roast.
You don't need it with
I
this
do.
smooth roast. Yes, I do, because I don't actually like coffee. So either give me that or I'm going back to Starbucks.
I know. It just
And they don't have sweeteners.
I know.
I mean, what is wrong with people?
Well, it's just insane driving is what it is.
Women like coffee shops more than men, apparently.
Do they?
And women have been quite instrumental in shaping the world of coffee shops, because they kind of came in, particularly over here in the 1980s,
Yes.
late 80s, particularly very big in the 90s.
Oh, no, my stats were looking around in the 90s that they became quite more
I think
prominent.
you'll find I just said late 80s, early 90s.
You added that date extra. Yeah, they did.
Obviously, women have been, independently, financially viable for quite a long time. But it kicked in with the same time that, women were working. They had money. They wanted to go out somewhere. And pubs are quite male-centric. I mean, you know me. I prefer a pub, but then that's because I'm a big fan of alcohol. Obviously. A friend of mine said the other day, she said, I can think of no situation or scenario that alcohol wouldn't improve. And I'm kind of with her. Unless you're taking your driving test. Anyway, so women were quite instrumental in kind of shaping what was there. Women will take chances on new drinks.
Yeah.
Blokes won't. They'll just have I have
Can I say,
Americano. That's what
or an
I have.
AA meeting, alcohol would not.
That's inappropriate.
Shouldn't better, yeah.
And in the whole sort of the comfy, sociable nature of the coffee shop.
Oh, it's just
A lot of
great.
women have been quite
Do you
instrumental
prefer
in that.
Well, totally. I mean, I would prefer to go out for coffee with someone than go for a drink with somebody.
No.
Oh, I would.
I know you would.
Without a doubt. Do you prefer a coffee shop alone or together?
I like working in a coffee shop, but I had frankly horrific thing happen just before lockdown.
Yeah.
Before COVID, and
COVID.
COVID.
know what caused lockdown? COVID.
Yeah. Anyway, I was in a coffee shop. I did not have my iPad.
Oh.
Okay, I had my phone. Phone ran out of charge.
Yeah.
I'd ordered. So it's pertinent that this is pre-COVID, because now obviously you can only get it in a cardboard cup, whereas then this was a proper big bowl of coffee.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm in there. I've got my bowl of coffee. I can't leave with it.
No.
But my phone has died.
Oh.
And you know what it's like? I mean, no one should sit in a coffee shop these days not looking at a phone or a laptop or reading a book. I had nothing to read, but just drinking coffee. And the looks I got, they think, what kind of psychopath is that? Just sitting there, just drinking a coffee
In a coffee shop?
in a coffee shop, nothing else.
That's fascinating, mate.
So yeah, I like being there on my own as long as I've got something to do and look at.
That's fascinating.
Or I'll happily go with someone else, because obviously I can do and look at you. That went wrong.
I like it alone a lot. And I can sit with nothing in a coffee shop.
Can you? Where are your eyes going? Where are you looking at?
All around.
Really? You're looking at people?
I'm staring at people.
Oh.
I sit and I love to hear a conversation in a coffee shop. I mean, the other day I was in there and there was a mother, a daughter and a grandchild. They were talking too loudly for my liking.
Really?
I'm a loud talker.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a fan of the raised voice, but not in this context. I just wanted to go shh.
I don't mind that so much as when you get the normally blokes who are working in there. That's their office.
yeah.
And they're not talking to someone. They're talking on the phone to someone very, very loudly. Some sort of work call. Like the guy in the coffee shop who looks like a fat Simon Cowell.
Who just owns that coffee shop. He owns it. People do have ownerships on coffee shops. I certainly do. Like when I can't go in and feel like I can't sit down, I'm like, I come here most days and I can't sit down.
This belongs to
There
me.
is an older couple in Bury St Edmunds, and I so often sit by a window, like with pre-COVID days.
Yeah.
It's only the COVID that scared me with the raised voices. That's the only reason, I think. Because shouting can
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I often sit by a window in a coffee shop, and one time, I mean, this could go into my awkward corner because it was so awkward. There was an older couple that obviously sit in the seats that I was sitting every time they go into the shop.
Did you try and stare them out?
I was sitting in there already. I'm sitting in there by the window. They came and sat with me.
Oh, what? This is pre-COVID?
Pre-COVID. They came and sat with me. Then their son
Did they say, do you mind if we sit here?
No.
Oh, that is unacceptable.
They just sat down there and they continued their conversation. I mean, it was utterly entertaining because Trevor, their son, had been to Blackpool on a bus and it took him 16 hours to get back.
That is fascinating.
And I'm just like, oh, did it? I wonder why it took him 16 hours. And then I found out why. And he talked about every single stop that he stopped at.
Were you just staring at them as they were having this conversation? You didn't pretend to look at your phone? Or
No, I had to because they had sat with me. I think they wanted me to join in.
I was in a...
But they just didn't acknowledge the fact that I was there even. They just sat down.
'Cause you're fairly noticeable. I mean, you don't really blend in
No, and I tried.
to any environment, I would think.
No, I can't go incognito. I'd love to do that. I'd love to be somebody. You know, I mean, I've just wanted to slap myself around the face this week quite a lot.
Why?
Well, I've realised is that I give my opinion on everything.
Yes.
And then I get cross when people get annoyed with me.
Yeah. Well, okay.
No, what I mean is, it's like, you know, when you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you need to take a breath because every sentence is running out of breath. Yeah.
Well,
you know when you put yourself out there.
You know when you say stuff and you put yourself out there for judgment, and then people do judge you, don't they?
They do. If you put yourself out there for judgment, people do judge.
And I kind of think that's why I'm going to start playing it small, Rebecca Elliott. I'm just going to become meek, mild.
No, don't do that.
I'm not really, but there's always there's an upside to everything. I mean, that is my biggest asset and my greatest downfall.
I was in a coffee shop in Sudbury once.
I don't imagine there's a nice coffee shop in Sudbury.
What have you got against Sudbury's lovely? Shut it.
I don't like...
You don't like anywhere that you don't know people.
Oh, I do know someone in Sudbury. The fact that... No, I don't... You know I've got a problem with countryside.
I was in a coffee shop in Sudbury.
I do have a problem with countryside. That's my problem.
It's not country, it's a town.
It's a sleepy town.
So is Bury St... You know you live in Bury St Edmunds?
No.
It's like the thriving capital of... Anyway, the point was...
Yeah.
I was in a coffee shop in Sudbury when one of my kids was little, probably Toby, the tiny little cute baby, okay, in a coffee shop. And the problem is when you've got a cute baby, people think that they can talk to you.
You don't like that, do you?
No. I wanted to get a T-shirt made that just said, I know I've got a cute baby, you don't need to tell me. Anyway, elderly couple, very, very charming, started talking to me. And it was nice. And they were like, actually, we're thinking of moving to Sudbury. This is why we're here today, checking it all out. And what's it like living here? So I said, well, it's lovely, you know. If you like the countryside, very sleepy, dull people. And then they said, well, we are worried because there's a lot of Eastern Europeans here. And at that, I was just like, I did not know what to say, to the point where I think I said, I don't know what to say to that.
We're not in the 1980s anymore, people.
Do you know what I mean? That's the problem with talking to strangers. You think they're nice people and then they just come at you with a side swipe of racism.
I had a situation like that at Comedy Market from some of my regulars once, and they were just like talking about how things had changed, and they just said there's not, you know, there used to be loads of P's around. A bad word beginning with P. Something around when it used to be just the P's, and now we've got
it does feel like your side talk, and it feels because I felt like insulted because I felt like, well, do I look like, because you're casually saying this to me, so do I look like a fellow racist?
I know.
Like, well, you'll understand my racism because clearly you are as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can talk candidly to you about my horrible prejudices.
I've been bumping my shopping cart a lot on Facebook. If you will.
What?
Bumping my shopping cart. I'm not having that with some people.
You've been bumping your shopping cart with people. Is that a phrase?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
It is, as if you don't agree with someone, you can just bump your shopping cart, metaphorically speaking.
All right, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Like that.
I might start literally doing that at Waitrose.
Yes.
Most of them are probably racist.
Just the whole of Waitrose. And I think so. Sometimes you have to go, actually, no, I'm not having that. Like someone you know, obviously with the elections happening now, people are putting more stuff. And you know, I don't think politics should be on social media. I have shared a political post this morning. I'm not going to lie.
You?
Yes, I did, mate. I shared something about wombs and politics, and I quite wombs, mate. Wombs.
Stop saying womb.
It's what your baby grew in.
Yeah. Womb with a view.
I did when I was pregnant. This is awkward.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone about my uterus. Didn't realise it was my womb.
We didn't realise it was the same thing.
No.
Is it the same thing? No, but is the uterus part of the womb?
No, the uterus is the womb.
It's just the same thing.
I think it's just another word.
Okay.
Like, cause like bungalow and house.
Like what?
They're the same thing.
What are?
Bungalow and house. You live in them.
Yes,
a
but
uterus and a
bungalow
womb
is very much, you know. But why are we talking about bungalows? Why are you comparing wombs to bungalows? Right, this is all going to be cut. So.
Oh, come on, this is fascinating stuff. Anyway, so coffee shops. I mean, I've got so many
going
things
back to
about them.
to the pubs versus coffee shop thing, and I think women obviously feel more comfortable. I mean, I love a pub, but generally in a coffee shop you can sit on your own without fear of being sort of leched over or anything like that, right? However, when I was researching coffee shops for all of the 3 minutes that I did earlier on, first things that come up all over YouTube. Like an old woman has just discovered it. YouTube
It's things you watch
was blokes, sort of self-helpy guru, self-styled twats. How to approach women in coffee shops. Oh yeah. So they're all about it.
You're not even safe in a coffee shop.
The one that I watched, it was, really crap. It was basically all to do with technology. They were like, right, this is one of the lines. Do you mind if you watch my laptop for a minute?
Oh,
I
ask that to people all the time.
Well, they're going to think you're chatting them up.
Oh my
Although
God.
I think if you follow that up with, because I need a poo, it needs to be because I'm going to pick up my drink. So that's sort of important.
Oh.
Or like, what's the Wi-Fi code in here? Do you know what the Wi-Fi code is? Or can I borrow your charger?
Oh.
But then he went from those three, which seems sort of fairly innocuous kind
innocent,
of conversation starters,
trashy.
to, he's like, if you really want to put yourself out there a little bit, you can say, can I add you on Facebook? Oh. What?
No.
Some stranger comes up to you, can I add you on my Facebook?
No.
Absolutely not. And while you're at it, buy your own charger. And if you need a poo, take your laptop with you.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, there's loads of videos about it. Yeah. Can
I add you on Facebook? I mean, that's
but a bloke's that stupid that they couldn't think of a way to talk to a woman like that.
And they say
they need to see a video that goes, do you know what? You can ask them what the Wi-Fi code is.
But
oh God, yeah.
You see, the thing
you can actually talk to a woman.
The thing with me
I was
is
just staring at them and scratching myself. It didn't work. She didn't fall in love with me.
Rebecca Elliott is now single, ladies and gentlemen, for you. I would probably let them add me on Facebook. You know,
you would, because you're desperate. So if a stranger came up to you and said, just the first thing they said to you, can I add you on my Facebook? You go, yeah.
Simple.
And here's my address while we're at it.
No, but I wouldn't give my address, would I?
No, but why would you let someone follow you on Facebook that you don't know?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Oh, you're
I probably wouldn't give it to
desperate for the attention of others.
I am. Please, look, I look popular. I've got 14,000 friends on Facebook. No, 14,000.
But I like that to you, it wouldn't cross your mind that would be a weird thing to do.
No.
Because in your mind, everyone wants to be your friend.
Absolutely,
so of course they've just come up to you out of the blue, having never spoken to you before, and asked to be your friend.
With this face, I've got a friendly face. I've got a face that says, be my friend.
Please be my friend. You have got that face. That's definitely...
Have you ever been to a toilet that's fresh in a coffee shop? Fresh? I have not been to one that's fresh.
No, and I'll tell you what I don't like at the moment in said Starbucks.
Yeah.
The toilets that are upstairs, about 5 flights of stairs, are closed. I like that because I didn't like going up all the stairs.
They're creepy stairs too.
They are creepy stairs.
Creepy about them.
Definitely. But now you have to go into the disabled toilet downstairs, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's not fine because for me, if I'm sitting on the toilet, and I do tend to sit down when I go, I need to be able to reach the door
Oh,
lock.
and you can't in the disabled. Yeah.
And although the disabled lock, it's a big handle, you bung it up, and I test it. So I'm pretty confident.
But you're still
as I'm
nervous
sitting there
on the toilet.
I can't reach the door. I don't like that.
Can
There's
you
a
go?
lot of poop anxiety.
Can you still go?
I can, but it takes a lot of effort, is what I'm saying. Mental effort.
I
if you
sit on
will.
the toilet.
Not straining.
What I don't like about those toilets is I'm sitting on them for a little bit too long. And
Why?
I think because I'm going to the toilet. And I
I thought you just meant because it's a disabled toilet, so you've got like the handrails that you can really get comfy.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just sitting on them too. I just generally sit on the toilet too long. I'll check my email or
even if it's a scummy like coffee shop toilet.
Yeah, because I generally like a toilet.
You're sitting in your own stink.
And someone else's.
Some miasma of your own stink.
A miasma. Look at you with your fancy words. I'm loving that.
Just the smell of coffee makes me need a poo as well, which is why I don't think I'll ever be chatted up in a coffee shop.
Just the smell of coffee.
Yeah. Do you not get that?
No.
First smell of coffee in the morning.
No.
But it does make you poo, coffee.
Yeah, it's called caffeine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Caffeine's I was going to say diuretic.
Say diuretic.
Yeah.
It must be right. Or we're both equally stupid.
Do you trust people that don't drink coffee?
Do I trust people that... Don't you?
No.
Why?
It's weird. Like I grew up drinking tea.
Yeah, it would be weird going to a coffee shop with someone.
And I've been with someone who's had a Coke in a coffee shop and I found it weird. She knows who she is. I find it strange.
Naming and shaming.
I had a cup of tea. Like, I've always been a tea drinker my whole life.
Yeah.
But my husband has... Well, he's drawn me to the dark side of coffee, if you will. Like, he would never have a cup. I mean, he will have a cup if he goes to my mum's, say, because my mum only really drinks tea. Although my mum loves to go out for coffee as well.
Yeah. Lovely side fact, that. Hang on, hold the phone. Your mum likes to go out for coffee. That is, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
Marina likes it. Coffee.
Yeah. That's quite a big pause between Marina likes it and coffee there. That was very uncomfortable.
It was. But she, like, but it's weird. Like,
excuse me, sorry, it's just COVID.
So I would always have a cup of tea in the morning. Always.
No, I don't like tea.
Used to.
It's
now
it's a fun sponge, is what it is. I've told you that before. Tea, it's the fun sponge of life. Because before every decent thing in my childhood.
Yeah.
Can we open the Christmas presents?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and your dad, just have a cup of tea first.
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah.
Can we go on holiday now? Let's go have a cup of tea first. Why?
You have ranted about this before. I think,
And I will do it again, damn it.
I think
It's within my rights.
talk to your counsellor, see if they can. Because, I mean, that's fabulous. When I grew up, right, I mean, how long have we been talking for, my friend?
We
it's
need to start wrapping up.
I will just say, when I grew up, coffee was never a thing.
No.
Coffee shops was never a thing.
No, we spoke about this. They came in the 1990s. If you do your math, you grew up prior to that. Quite a long time prior to that.
I had my notes. I felt it.
So you just read your notes. You didn't realise that we'd already covered that. You just thought, well, that sounds new. I'm going to read that out.
Do you have a favourite coffee shop?
Yeah, Starbucks. We've spoken about that. Again, you're looking at your notes. We've talked about this.
I don't think we actually said it because I think I need to say something about it. I find Starbucks irritating that they've, with the whole COVID situation, right? Yeah. That they've got...
Costa is a big pile of bobbins, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there. Sorry.
Let me tell you about Costa, though. They are disinfecting and cleaning their tables. Starbucks isn't.
Starbucks isn't?
No, well, it didn't this morning because I've been to Costa this week.
It's your big point has now been narrowed down to a tiny little anecdotal. You didn't see wipage this morning.
Yeah, but I've not seen... Have you seen wipage when you've been... Have you seen those wipages? I didn't see any wipaging. And the thing about Costa, I've never been in a Costa in my life where it's fast, where the service is fast.
No, I do. I also think their coffee tastes like piss water, frankly.
I don't like it that much either.
No.
It's weird, isn't it?
What kind of weird stance going on here, haven't I?
You really have. It's like
Both
you're holding
out.
I'm holding onto the pool table.
This is how I poo in the disabled toilet.
We've got now
I'll tell you why else I wouldn't poo in the toilet in coffee shops.
Some people don't poo in public.
No, I can't. It's the fear that other people will hear droppage.
Well, not in there. There's a big fan. That's why.
I've always got big fans.
That's why you have fans in toilets.
Yeah.
That's what Americans do. not. I think it's to get rid of the smell more. But it does.
Yes, it's not to disguise the droppage
But
sound.
I don't know. Do we have fans in all our toilets at home?
I don't know. Oh, this is, I mean, really scraping the barrel of... Can we skip to the end? Can I do an overheard corner?
Yeah.
But this is a slight twist on the thing, Kirst, if you will.
Look at
It's
you.
actually that me and Benj were overheard by other people and they looked at us strangely.
Oh.
So this was the conversation being with my very wise 8-year-old child. And he has a way of saying things that sounds like he's imparting some big sort of analogy for life.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were at the traffic lights and he said, Mummy, sometimes you're just not in the mood for meatballs and there's nothing you can do about it. And I went amen to that. And the people were just looking at him like, what is this?
That's great. That's great.
But I don't know what the analogy is supposed to be saying.
It's
but
metaphorical
it was,
for life, mate.
I think so.
It's metaphor for life.
But he is wise, with his whole barbecues is eating food that survived a fire.
It
Lunch
really
is the best meal of the day because you've already had a meal. You've got another one coming. But this morning, he was not wise.
Oh.
He said, Mummy, I really want to be dead so I can walk through walls.
Oh.
So I said, well, maybe you already are.
Uh-huh.
And then he walked at full pelt into a closed door. And then it went, nope, damn it, still alive. So I'm doubting his wisdom.
Well,
at
I'm
this
also
stage.
doubting your wisdom. And we're going, well, maybe you are dead. I mean,
I was just playing along.
Yeah.
I lose track of which of my children are alive.
You're the one.
know?
You're still here. Well done. I mean, that is quite a good skill to be able to walk through walls.
It's just laziness with Ben. She can't bother to open doors.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Talk about laziness. I absolutely hate tying my shoelaces.
Right.
But don't you find tying your shoelaces is very hard work?
Not really,
No.
Kirst. No, I don't think many people would really think of it as like a huge bind.
Oh,
in their
it's one of
life.
the things. I
Now, if your shoelaces come undone
Mm-hmm.
in the street, would you stoop down to your foot?
or wait
Or
for
would
somewhere.
you find some sort of plinth to put it up? Because I did that the other day, but the plinth that I found, which I think was a bin or something, was a little too high. So it was precarious. But at that point, people could see me. I had to go through with what was quite an adventurous lunge.
This is the trouble with that. I mean, they're plinth, though.
It's one of my favourite words.
Plinth. It's like when you wrote on my text the other day, methinks.
Oh, yes.
Never do that.
All right.
Never do it again.
Methinks.
And you've got to take thus out of here.
Thus, methinks and plinth. Really?
Just
Taking away
stop
all
it.
my pleasure.
I like to be with Darren when I have a shoelace undone because he'll do them up for me. I mean, I have to lunge because my belly's too big probably to bend down now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're
I go a
perfectly
bit
fine
top
with your
heavy.
husband looking like your carer
Yeah.
by tying your shoelace in public.
He is my carer. He is really good at tying shoelaces. It's one of the reasons I married him. I've got an overheard corner of the news this morning.
What you got?
There were some funny things I said on the news.
Yeah.
The man said, well, I'm really glad the politician was just on because he gave us the square root of diddly squat.
That's a good line.
I love that.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
also, they talked about there was debates happened last night between Pence and the Democratic nominee Kamala Harris or Kamala.
Pence sounds like a posh person saying pants, though, doesn't it?
Like Lenny said, pants.
Put my pants on.
Yeah, pants on. He is. I mean, he is basically underwear. I do not like Pence. He had a flower on his head. Didn't even notice for a long time.
Really? That's weird. Maybe he is dead.
I think he's a zombie. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
he's just like.
Oh.
I think it might be Kamala Harris. Anyway, however you pronounce it, she said to him, I am speaking. And someone said because he kept man-interrupting her, which I quite enjoyed that.
Man-interrupting.
Yeah,
I like
not
that.
mansplaining, but man-interrupting.
Mm-hmm.
And he was. Because, I mean, Trump just man-interrupts all the time.
Yeah.
Like a big man-interrupter.
Yeah. Stop saying
It's good, though, because it sounds like a dinosaur. Well, now I've said it again. Man-interrupter. Like, it's like a big, loud, shouty dinosaur. That's what Trump
Mike
is.
Pence looks like Will Ferrell doing an impression of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I see that. I think we've covered. I think we've chuckled.
We've covered the slice of life that you get in coffee shops, haven't you? Real slice of life.
You sound like Lorraine Kelly. Someone asked me if I watched Lorraine Kelly the other
Kelly's
day.
Scottish.
Yeah, but she says that kind of thing. Okay. Someone asked me if I watched it the other day, and I was offended.
Were you?
I felt it made me a bad feminist if I watched it.
And yet you do occasionally watch Loose Women.
Oh, I can't watch Loose Women. No, actually, Colleen Nolan.
Nobody should.
Colleen Nolan annoys me.
They all. I mean, it's just horrific TV.
I don't know if there's anyone I like on the show, actually.
No, of course there isn't.
Why are they on there?
Absolute half-witted morons.
Why?
I don't know.
No, but why are they on the telly?
I don't know. Well, you look at me for actual answers.
I watched Piers Morgan the other day, and I like the things that I'm not going to lie. The things I quite like about Piers Morgan, which shames me to say. I'm shamed by myself.
You should be.
But I did think, like, why is he actually on the telly?
I don't know.
There are so many people on the telly. I think, why are you on the telly?
You know what your problem is?
What?
You're watching ITV.
Yes.
Just cull it.
Yeah, but then you've got to call Coronation Street, and last night I watched a lovely documentary about the Savoy.
Yeah, I can live with that. Right, so it's been lovely, isn't it? It's been lovely.
Do you know what I'm sad about now?
Oh, what?
That we're finished.
Oh.
I really enjoyed
You
this.
just sit here for a couple of hours.
Just keep talking.
See if anyone keeps listening.
Imagine that. Are we are we going to be on all kind of social media websites?
Yeah, well, that was quite professional.
I think we need to start saying we're going to be on Spotify.
Well, if someone's listening to this already, they're already listening on some sort of platform.
No, but they might want another platform to jump onto.
Well,
or plinth, if you will.
If you're up
can
for
they stand on the plinth?
Yes, you can go on the plinth that is Spotify.
Yeah.
TuneIn.
Yeah.
Apple iTunes. Yeah. You can listen to it on our website.
Are we on
Podbean?
Are we on Amazon?
No.
We need to go on Amazon, mate.
Amazon.
The
Amazon rainforest. Amazon.
Yeah. It's Amazon rainforest, but it's Amazon when you buy stuff, isn't it?
Okay.
I love Amazon.
Oh, God almighty, can we wrap this up?
Yeah. But make sure you visit us on there and just, guys, tell someone about it. Talk to people. Because,
that sounds desperate.
I feel like we should tell people.
Kirsty needs more friends.
I
so
do.
if you can bring us just someone.
Anyone.
In
my life. You're looking at your notes.
I was just looking at my notes, desperately thinking, is there something that can pick this up? Nope, there isn't. So we will see you next week.
Thank you for listening. And
yes, thank you. If you've made it this far, wow.
Because I've got nothing else in my life right now. So I need you.
Yeah,
it's desperate. Shut it.
Yeah.
I love you. You be well. Be safe.
Yeah.
And if you like me, that's good. And if you don't, that's okay.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I haven't decided yet. Jury's out.
Lots of love, people.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye
See ya.
now.
Bye.
You've entered the sanitized and disinfected twatmosphere of Don't Laugh But. Please thoroughly wash your hands and thoughts on the way out.